And we are live about a minute early. Shouldn't be work. Could be worse. I'm starting to think of things here. Hum. So we are playing Grim Dawn. I don't know if it's my internet that was. I don't know what happened on Wednesday during the stream where my internet was acting up. So I am confused about that as well. I haven't had many other issues since. So let me open the chat in the other window, even though there's nobody on right now. I'm trying to think of what I want to do in real life here. I'm a bit tired of just painting mechs, and I've been doing that like for crazy since the start of summer. Well, end of May actually. So I'm wanting to try something else for a little bit. But I'm not sure I want to drop money on Game Workshop stuff. Tomorrow's the Big 20, so I'm not going to like Montreal or anything to go shopping either. I'm trying to think of what I want to do because I do have that printer. I can print a lot of different things, but I might need to buy like different packages or different things as well here. So I am not 100% sure of what I want to do. There's no huge group locally, let's say, that I want to get into. Some of the local game stores are okay, but some of them have a few annoying people there, so I'm not 100% sure I want to go and hang out with him. So it's a little bit weird. All right. Starting off with the Ed Archivist, the Ed of the Ed Archivist quest, which is probably it's the last of the bunch, so it's probably also the artist of the bunch, just because of how that old cursed town is. Trying to understand how I could use chat overlays and stuff. There's a lot of things I need to think of and need to work on. I know I need to keep working on the Battletech stuff, so that's okay. The campaign's gonna restart on Mega Mech, but I'm just a little bit worn out right now, which might sound weird because I'm generally, I keep working and I keep trucking, but it gets rough after a while. Ugh. This area always lags like crazy, so on a stream it's going to be even worse. And it's not RAM related if it's laggy here, because I've got tons of RAM on that computer. My video card's a piece of crap, so that explains a lot. I have less ether resistance than when I came here the first time as well. Surprisingly. Just less ether maxed, as they say, as the kids say these days. It's just how my build ends up being. I'm at what, Oh, okay. I'm 79% ether resistance. Okay, I'm not maxed out, but very close. Okay, it's easier to go through the field. Mm. Gonna be able to stack up a bit of ether crystals, which are good. So, but I'm not trying to just farm this area. I'm trying to get to the dungeon location as quickly as I can. Oh, some dynamite. I'll take dynamite. All right. That went a little bit better than I expected. I think there's a vitality refill in this. Oh, I've got to level up. That's good. Aggressive mounted vestments of vitality. I'll grab it. I'm not sure what it is. There's just so many enemies in this location that you can't really stop to look at what you're picking up. You kind of have to fight your way through everything. All right, some items, some money. Mm. Yep, that'll be good. I mean, we're going to start seeing a few more advanced drops as we're going here. Finding a lot of vitality equipment, which is, if it's for vitality damage, it's not that great because I'm not built for vitality damage. Jeez, just so many of them. This zone is rough because of the sheer amount of mobs. A mob of mob, to be accurate. And they're not the, I mean, you've got the whole set of regular little ethereal zombie like guys, but you also have the higher up ones and all the crystals and all that stuff. So it gets really tight really quickly. That's straight up more health regen. Poison and bleeding duration, I'm not worried about there, but the rest can be useful. There we go. I mean, bonus health and health regen is going to be useful in almost every situation. So, isn't there a rare chest in that house? No, it's a regular chest. Okay. And as I said, there is quite a few enemies here. And a lot of green goo on the ground, which is generally not good. It's just enough enemies that it is a problem. Then there's the named obelisk thing. It deals a lot of ice damage on top of ether damage. So this one's a little bit of an odd enemy, but it's not super hard to kill. There's a fancy chest in the back there. You can't get to it until... Okay, no, you can get to it already. I mean, I haven't killed the boss, but he's I mean, that's the first actual threat in the... Well, there's a lot of threats actually around here, but this is a pretty big threat, I would say. The city is rotting. And I've got a key. I should have a key. Okay, I do have a key, so I'm good to go here. Steel girdle dealy. Not critical. Are those shoulders any good? Not really. Those boots any good? Not really. Is that shirt good? Not really. The helmet's not even good either, so grab the whole lot of nothing. All right, you open the door and you go to Port Valsbury. My allergies have been killing me since Wednesday as well. I don't know why, but it's been pretty bad. Yeah, I'm thinking here if I want to buy some STL packs from various people to build a random fantasy army or something, just to change the do something else for a little while. Or bite the bullet and buy Grand Cate Battalion for Old World. The models are not that great for the Grand Cate units. I've looked at them. The cavalry's okay, but the infantry's not that great. I don't like the cannons that they have. They're not awful, but they're not my style. I'd have gone with something very Chinese rather than a cannon, which is not quite Chinese. It's... If you wanted Chinese artillery, a trebuchet and ballistas would have been better, really. More in line with what was common. So I just find that particular box weird. It's not awful, but I'm not sure it's something that I want to invest in either. I do like some of the Eero models. The mage on a weird dragon horse thing is pretty cool. The city guard / gate guard general is perfectly reasonable. The dragon lady is a dragon lady. It's a little bit weak, but that's what they decided to go with China. Well, not sure if it's them or if it's Creative Assembly, to be honest. All right. We are raiding the city. I was just making sure my mic was on. The enemies in the city are a little bit rougher. The city itself is a bit of a puzzle slash maze. So, I mean, it's a very fun location, but it is quite rough. Or second element, physical damage, internal trauma. It's basically the one I have, but better. Okay, no, it's the one I have is as the 7% elt. I mean, that helmet is not bad, so I might keep it around. All right. There is a lot of green goo on the ground in this city, which is not always a good thing. Actually, it is quite a bad thing. Also, if I print an army of something, I don't know if I'll be able to go and play in various places either. That's another problem that I'm thinking about. I don't intend on going to tournaments because it's really not a thing that I like to do. I've had issues every single time I went to a Warhammer tournament in my life. But I mean, would I play with anyone is always a problem. Could teach the kids how to play, I guess. And like I said, it's a bit of a maze. There's a lot of blocked passages throughout the city. So things that you think you should be able to go through, you get there and there's a toppled over cart or something in the way. And it's also a bigger map than I think. I think it's bigger than the other locations, the other block locations, because there's the. It just feels bigger. Might not be. Not. It's bigger than the undead region because the undead area is just a couple of stories of a very basic dungeon. Not very good. Okay. Well, not very good. Good, but not for me. Journal of some dude, page 5. There's just so many enemies. I don't have time to go and read all the stuff that you're giving me. A lot of stuff do hit you with slow around here as well, which is unpleasant. Not hard, just unpleasant. Slow is far from the worst debuff in these types of games, especially when you've got some mobility options. Watcher Ordis. Okay. I dude. Not very useful for me. Just reading through a few of the equipment dropping. I mean, I can't warp to town to sell stuff, but I've got plenty of rooms in my all my bags that I have, so I think I'm fine. All right. Keep forgetting that I do have that mobility bonus, or that mobility skill that I have, which would save my ass here in a few situation or a few locations. So, can I get through here? I'm trying to figure out how to get through places. That's Oh, okay. No, okay. I thought it was okay. Yeah, all monsters slow by 15 when they hit. Okay. But I deal more critical hits. I mean, that's not a very good trade off, but I'll take it. I do have a few skills that trigger on crits, so it's not a bad thing. Doo-doo-doo-doo. All right. Seems like I need to go through there. So I need to get in that house somehow. Okay, this way. And true ear. No, no, no. True ear, true ear. Okay. It's one thing in these kinds of games. You can explode all sorts of things, including like giant walls and stuff like that with dynamite. But if it's not something that you can point at or that has that trigger on it, nope, you can't do it. A whole lot of places here I would just clear out with dynamite, and it would speed up the whole process here of moving around. This way, I guess. Okay, that's a special zone to get a big treasure chest. So you have to kill a whole lot of monsters, but that's never stopped me. This guy dropped the big shield, not a. All right. Void Forge Battle Plate is possibly very good. The Sharpshooter's Pouch is not going to be useful. Eastern Gloves. Okay. Void Forge Plate is not for me, unfortunately. It's a pretty good piece of armor, though. The Eastern Glove. Lightning and ice damage. Eh. Sharpshooter's Pouch. That's good if I was a pistolier. I am not a pistolier. So, nothing fantastic. But I got experience out of it. I mean, we already got almost another full level already in this L hole. That's the best way to describe this location. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Clear out more stuff. Shield. Don't really need shields. Can't remember exactly where the Ed Archivist is, so I can get his Ed. Deeper in town is what I guess, but Ugh. Oh, they ate me now. Okay. Overseer's Eye, that's a offhand item. That was a crossbow. Nothing really bad. It's just not stuff that I can use. That's Mavens, that's Iskandra, that's Mugdragon. So it's about 3% elt per level, and it's 10 levels. So that's a good chunk of elt, a decent chunk of elt regeneration. So yeah, that's probably a good investment. This would be a good investment as well. So there's a few things I can still buy that makes sense. I'm not going to be wasting skill points, basically. That was pretty easy. Just a bunch of low-level mobs. Yeah, the bigger ones are more of a tread. The helmets I'll grab because there's the one I have is lower level than the ones that are currently dropping. They're dropping at level 55 right now. So that means that I can probably get something. If I got the exact same helmet that I have, but level 55, it would be, drastically superior. All right. I mean, the enemies are 6 levels ahead of me. So it is meant to be difficult. But I don't see a star anywhere, so I'm nowhere close to the guy I need to kill. But clearing out the area gives plenty of experience, plenty of money as well. Drops. There's the chance that I get a decent helmet. So off the goblin kind of guys. I'm finding scrap. You always need scrap, so not a bad thing to find, but okay, that's like the junkyard. Geez, there's so many of them. This is a real fight. I'm gonna put points in. I'm gonna split my points between Tenacity of the Boar and Art of the Wild. This just gives offensive ability, which is your crit chances. Crit chances are good because when I crit, I do those lightnings that start falling from the sky. So even though I don't do that much lightning damage, it is useful to just be an annoying kind of thing. All right. It's like a junkyard, but there's, a barrier. What's behind there? Is there a boss? Oh yeah, there's a boss. Jaren the Plague Warped. Oh yeah, it's the guy we've been reading the journal of. Ooh, I'm debuffed, so I'm gonna move for a second until the debuff's gone. He's not. He's tough, but Cleaver of Alacrity, not a critical thing. Okay. Seems like he realized that he did something wrong and turned into a monster. I mean, as long as you realize you've been bad, it's a start. All right, one more and a boss enemy here. Okay. We're gonna beat up what we can. Crushing will, that's an offhand. An helmet. Pauldron of Psyche. Not bad, but not great. This one's lower level than the one I have. No, it's still higher level at 50. I mean, I'm gonna start packing up those helmets and see which one I keep in the end. Those shoulders could also be better because that's the same kind of stuff I have, but it's weird to just like start piling up the same items. All right, chest, a dead guy. That's free. Another journal page, a dynamite. I'll take a dynamite. Not a. So I didn't need to come here. Okay. I thought you needed to clear this area. Well, we'll clear it and grab what we can from it. Oh, the water here is poison. Of course it is. Everything's trying to kill me. Oh, well. Fort entrance. Welcome to I-Town. That's where the Ed Archivist is. Okay. Yeah, I see. I saw him on the map for a second. Saw a star, which means that's where a big bad baddie is. The fact that they ate me means there should be more bosses. Yes. There should be additional Eero spawns, which is actually good because Eero spawns drop Elt regeneration. Well, not Elt regenerations themselves, but they drop food rations and stuff, which regrows my stamina, which I might start running out of, which would be weird, but I've run out of stamina in this location very, very, very often because it is massive. There's a lot of enemies. There's not a whole lot of food rations floating around. So you kind of have to go around. So ease like this way. But getting there, since the whole place is a bit of a mess, you'll have to go around, I am sure. All right. Nothing critical here. This is actually the end of that area. So clearing out places, we'll be clearing out places like one at a time here. Slowly but surely making sure we can go through this old location without dying. Oh, well, there's another boss. Well, don't say hollow victory or whatever and try to sound all menacing because I am actually doing really good against you guys. I am sharpshooter's bolt rifle. I mean, it's a very good rifle. The problem is I am not set up for fighting with rifles at all. You can make a ranged fighting shaman as well. It's got to be a little bit different. There's enough different builds that this game is really fun for that. Okay, well, if the Ed Archivist is in that direction, that's probably mean I need to go this way. There we go. The same dream again. That's another bit of lore. There's a lot of lore, little things throughout this one. It really gives you the whole story of the invasion of Port Valsbury and how things kind of went when the ethereals showed up. All right. There. Jeez, there's so many things trying to kill me. Jeez. You guys can start chilling out for a second. It'd be nice. Makes me believe that these guys don't like me. A double rare item. Should be getting close to that Ed Archivist guy. I mean, he was in this direction, or in this general direction. Another Watcher guy. Okay. You guys like saying that this is all a hollow victory, but I am demolishing you guys, like not even being nice. I am not leveling up as quickly, but we're level 54, so I expect my leveling up to be slower at this point. All right, the obelisk is gone. Ah, there he is. He's not the final boss of the location, but let's remove the ads before I get into too much of the tick of it. I'm not sure why he's attacking a location that there's nothing there, but empowered void blade, poisoned wand, vestment of the storm. That's the Ed. I'm just gonna stick it over there. I'm actually gonna put all those things I might be using in the bucket at the end. No. Everything else I've got there is pretty much stuff I can sell. So Void Blade I can probably make decent money off of. Think the only thing I really need to do now is get to the mayor's office, basically, with the mayor being the final boss of this location. But there's still a lot of those darn things floating around. If I had one wish here in this game is that they would rebalance the prison Devil's Crossing for reputation gain, the ethereal corruption, because that would make it, because you fight ethereal corruption quite a bit, but you get no reputation for it until, like, you can have the necromancers. The necromancers give you reputation for killing them, and I think the valid for the one of the DLC towns gives you the stuff, but it's like the last town you visit, so it's a bit of an odd choice. Okay, can go that way. Okay, a whole bunch of guys. Regular ethereals, you get reputation. The regular ethereals, which are really rare, you get no, that's ethereal vanguard outcast, which you do not fight really. Ethereals give you points for the outcast, but the outcast is so easy to max out. Even without the rift, it's easy to max them out, that it's not really worth. I mean, it's not a huge thing that you get points for ethereals, not ethereal corruption, not ether corruption. No, no, the actual. Oh, a manticore's eye. Nice. Why can't I go through there? Oh, there's still an enemy? Um, is there like an enemy stuck under the ground and I can't kill it because of how silly the game is? It, I could target it. I could target it. There. That was odd. There. I can open that chest. Doubt there'll be anything really great in it. Whole bunch of guys trying to come and rush me. How do we get there? We have to go through this way. Is it this way? No, that's blocked. I could easily use dynamite to open that, but Okay, how do I get up there? That's busted. Do you have to go around? Yeah, that's the mazy bit of this area, and it gets very annoying because I never know where I need to go. So you go down here, go up there, go down here, you go around, and then you go down. All right, I think I found the way through. Another thing I was looking at was Warlord's historical line from Warlord game. The problem with that is mostly that ordering from warlords is prohibitively expensive in Canada, and I can find bolt action in a few places, but anything else from Warlord is never really carried by any of the stores that I normally visit or normally buy from. So makes that a little bit more complicated. What am I doing here? But Warlord's historical line is also fantastic. Not just their World War II stuff, but their legionnaires, their Mycenaean warriors, their Greek hoplites, things like that. They're really pretty good and not stupidly expensive for how big of a box you normally get. So it's older molds though, so they're older kits, but still really good kits for what you can get from what I've seen. I've touched a few over the years, but historicals too finicky for me. I like fantasy more than historicals for these kinds of things, but I would like more fantasy historical stuff, stuff where you can use those kits as a fantasy kind of game. This is cleared out. Like Conflict 47 is fun as a sci-fi game because it's still like World War II kind of stuff, but it is a little bit different at the same time. That's all stuff I can sell. It's going to be able to make a bit of money off of this, I guess. The councilman and the mayor. Oh yeah, they've got shields. They've got all sorts of fun stuff. They're unpleasant to fight. Okay, 1 down. 2 down. Almost done. Almost. Come on. Okay, yeah, that shield thing, that really helped them. There we go. Cleared those guys out. Not very good. One-handed weapon. Then you rescue the kept woman that the weird council was keeping, and the child that they had. It's really weird and creepy, but I've rescued someone. I should be happy. Well, so that's done. I can go and sell all the junk we found. The consensus overruled. There we go. More experience out of that. Is there a rare chest hiding in the back? No, there isn't. But there's a thing. Oh, yeah, there is. There's the big chests. Fiendish Greaves. Empowered Slith, whatever, majigs. I'm going to put those two things in the keep pile over there. We'll check them in a moment. Come on. All right. At least from here I can do this. Go to the fort and sell, well, trade in the archivist's ed and sell the junk I found. Give me a couple $1,000, which is not much, but it's something. She gave me a ring, Rate Stalker band. Not fantastic. And now I can sell all that junk. It's really not worth a whole lot. Not even sure if it's worth it picking up equipment to sell at this point. That stuff's level 50. Do I already have that on there? No. So I might be able to add this. Okay. Those here are really good, but they're level 70. Olmsted Magic Augment. That one is 60, 60, 80. This one is 80, 60 Pierce, bunch of health, and ether resistance. That is straight armor, though, which is also really good. Acid, all sorts of things. Not essential. Okay, I've been talking for like 5 minutes with my mic off, as usual. I was talking about the hidden treasure underneath the staircase, which was pretty lame, to be quite honest. Uh, Codex, that's a off. And equipment I do not need. I will take a point of devotion. All right. Devotion. I was leveling up the Kraken. Elt attack speed, casting speed, Elt attack speed, casting speed, all damage, movement speed, crit damage, physical resistance. Like all of those are good. 70% all damage, though, sounds very good. Movement speed +5 is also very good. Wait, what does that do? Oh, it opened the hidden treasure chest area. Okay, well, I'll take hidden treasure chests. Nothing good in them, but nothing good is better than nothing at all. There, we'll say that. I'm being dinged on Discord, but I'm streaming. I'm not gonna go and look at messages. If it's very urgent, they know I'm streaming. They can go here and talk to me in the stream. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Right, free enemy boss. Sky Fear not very good. Vile Scorn leg plates, not for this particular build. On a retaliation build, they're really good, but this is not what we're running right now. Recording the Lahu tomorrow. Trying to just plan out my weekend. I've got a record, a video, and the Big 20s tomorrow. So I'm going to be watching that at noon Eastern. And not sure what I'm doing on Sunday at this point. Might go check. And the problem is, like, if I want to go to Montreal to check the bigger gaming stores or the more specialized one, let's say, compared to the more basic hobby store that I have around here, it's huge, but they don't have super specialized games, at least for minis. It's a bit of a trip. It's 2 hours to go to Montreal from here, so, and it is not always worth it. I usually do it twice a year at least, because they've got their yearly sale for their anniversary. The store that's old more BattleTech stuff in Montreal, they have a BD Cosmos as they usually do a big sale on their anniversary weekend in the middle of July. And the Boxing Day, like right after Christmas. Usually have a decent discounts on that day as well. And I usually buy a few comics at the same time, like a few trades of stuff that I've like missing an issue, missing 2 issues, or I can't find an issue, so I just get the trade and get done with it rather than hunt for a particular issue. But going in the middle of the year like this, when there's no discount, it's unfortunately an investment in time and money, especially with how expensive gas is. Like shipping in the province at this point for a lot of these stores, I would think it's actually cheaper than me driving, which is insane, when I think about it. +1 all skills in shaman, but it's not useful for a one-handed axe that increases skills in shaman. Well, that's absolutely useless because shaman are always dual wield. Well, not dual wield, two-hand their equipment. I mean, you can do weird builds, but I'm not sure it would be worth it. Eh, I'm sure you can do weird builds. That would be like an equipment for like a night blade shaman, which would be a super weird combo. Not sure it would be awful, but just weird. Uh, Not really great. I mean, a better amulet wouldn't be terrible for me. Finding the empowered versions of the apothecary gear would be good because it is doing the work for me. It's giving me just that bit of extra elt and elt regen that makes it very funny as a build. But I need the empowered versions, which is maybe level 60, I would say, for the apothecary gear. The regular apothecary gear I found all the time. The empowered version, I don't remember finding. Or it might just be a case of I've never kept them. I'm killing as many of those things as I can just to get as much of Kaiman Chosen experience. Got about 700 points since we started. Well, last I checked, which isn't bad. But that means I'd have to do dislocation like 10 times to max it out. So, and that's the bit that's unpleasant. But I mean, every boss that I kill like this, it's 52. Not useful for me. Okay. I am looking at a lot of this stuff that's dropping. Oh, there's a bunch of weird tentacles around here. Oh, isn't that pleasant? Aveline's note page 1. Oh, that's a thing that you usually get much earlier. A note that you get much earlier, usually. It just didn't drop, I guess. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You guys are in the way of justice. All right. Hello, Jupiter. Next week is what I'm recording. Lao Hu and the Jupiter. I've got the Baliuses that I'm having a real hard time just painting them. I just don't find the motivation to paint the evil horses. A few other people told me that it's normal and okay to burn out on painting every once in a while. So at least I'm not the only one. Really? Okay, that's the pre-final boss. There we go. It's not like he was very difficult. The final seal that warps you back to the outside, so you don't want to use that. The first time I went into this dungeon, I used that teleporter and I was like, okay, I've got to redo the whole dungeon again with no monster. So I actually logged out, logged back in, killed monsters again, just so I'd actually, it'd be worth it to go through the whole process again. That's the thing. I mean, I don't like in these games going through a thing when there's no monsters and no nothing to fight, because it just feels like you're wasting time. All right. There's this little region here that I haven't cleared out, but it looks like there isn't much here except for a bunch of demons. Okay. Cleared out that area. All right. Final boss time. Ligurian. Final boss of the main game, not the expansion. But let's see how Ligurian goes. He's not very hard, like I said. He's a big thing of meat that you just whack with your weapons. You do have a guy helping you, but then he disappears, unfortunately. But then you go and rescue him, so it's fine. Oh, he did an attack that caused me to. No biggie. I can face tank him, I think. Yeah, I'm face tanking him, and he's. There we go. I know I have access to elite difficulty, but I'll do the DLC actually. Veil Guard. That's actually not bad as a ring. That's a cool medal. All right. You don't have access to your teleport from here, but you can go out. There we go. Speak with the Inquisitor at the fort. Okay, well, let's go speak with the Inquisitor at the fort. Actually, I'm going to sell the junk I found first. Actually, didn't find that much junk. Okay, this and this. Cold vitality, not worth it. Ether, but also physical ether. I think it's better than that curse bearer that I have. Increases my attack speed, poison and vitality resistance. Yeah, I think that's better than the curse bearer. I'll need to stick a bunch of enchants on it, but and then as the DLC starts saying that there's another town you can go to and try to rescue. And the enemy attacked our original hometown. You get a really cool axe, but absolutely useless for my particular build. It'd be nice that if they actually tweaked that. So we have to go to Ogdenbog. And we have to find Garrett Torvin in Groomwold. That's basically the first part of the first DLC. Okay. This is stuff I'll just put over here. This is a thing that I need to enchant with roiling blood. Unless there's a better thing I could put on a ring. Maybe. I'll go check the blacksmith. Ring. That's actual rings, I assume. Yeah, those are actual ring. Essence of Grim Dawn. I mean, that sounds really cool, but it's not useful for me, unfortunately. Focusing Prism. That's good if I was a mage. Roiling Blood is what I've been using. It's because they're ring in the word, I assume. Use an amulet and metals. It does. You can't use it on a ring. It would be chaos damage, not very useful. There, I'll make 3 Roiling Bloods and call it a day. It's that one here. Yeah, the Curse Bearer is that one. It's not a bad ring. It's just gives the Curse Bearer gives me more health, but this increases my damage significantly, which is kind of good right now. I need to go to Kaiman's Rest. Oh no, there's a Kaiman trader that's actually easier to get to at Olmsted. So I'll go and buy it from the guy at Olmsted instead. Do. Yeah, he's right there. I want the physical damage, chaos resistance, and damage to Catonic, please. Yeah, that's really my big source of chaos resistance is those 3 things here. Could be worse. I mean, the equipment I have is not terrible. I don't think there's going to be a better hammer just yet that's going to drop. So I was just thinking here. I think for the end of the stream, we're going to stop Grim Dawn. Just so I can start the DLC fresh on another day. This is almost done. I've got a pack of Korean soldiers. It was part of a P3 thing or a tribes thing on this funny site here, My Mini Factory. That's part of the Wargaming Atlantic, Wargames Atlantic. They do a lot of cool stuff, that particular company. So, I mean, I'm going to keep it for a month and see what they drop. I mean, they're saying Messenian heavy infantry, late Roman horse archer, fantasy casualty set. Okay. That's like Warhammer 40K kind of soldiers. They've got a little bit of everything. Every week, every month. There's another guy I'm thinking maybe subscribing to just to get models and maybe print and paint something different than just battle mechs all the time. And I think I'm going to call it a night. Actually, I was thinking maybe of doing something else, but no, I'm just going to call it a night. Nobody's really, it's not been a very busy evening for anyone, it seems. Just going to call it a night and see everybody later.